What's going on, Fanout Crew? It's been a couple of weeks, but we are back. It's so funny whenever whenever we're in the little like 2 minute stage, Jonathan and I are just both doing this, just listening to the music. It's funny.
It gets
It's
me in.
funny.
It gets me pumped up. It gets me ready to
Yeah,
talk about shit.
yeah, absolutely. We haven't talked in a couple weeks. I went to Disney World and then I went camping with my son for his first Cub Scout thing. So I've just been all over the place. How are things with you, man?
Everything's really good, man. Dude. I'm ready for the seasons to change. That's where I'm at right now. In
Well,
my
you're in
head
the
space.
wrong state for that.
I know. We got about 18 more months of summer, and then we get faux fall, and then summer's back. Yes, I
Yeah.
understand.
Winter will be on a Tuesday this year, and yeah.
Dress accordingly. We're all in the
so,
jackets.
so what do we got tonight?
Well, all right. So me and Colby have discussed this. We could go on and on and on and on and on about how amazing House of the Dragons is. Me and Colby, I am with the mind of Colby right now. It is the best television show to watch on TV right now. Period. And we're also the same mind where you are either watching it every week and loving it every week, or you're just not watching it. It's just not your bag, and you're just not watching it, and we completely understand. So there's absolutely nothing we're going to say that's going to change your opinion if you love it. So it's just like we're going to turn the show on every week, and we're going to talk about how awesome House of the Dragons is. I guess when they falter, if they do something crazy out of
If
left
they go
field,
full on season 8 Game of Thrones,
yeah, we'll say something. But as of right now, man, it's just like it's hitting all the marks. Man, I'm enjoying it. I look forward to it. It has become a thing where I look over at my girlfriend Diane, and I'm like, "Hey, it's Sunday. Guess what tonight is? How's the dragon?
hot D.
Hot D night, baby." So, I
Yeah,
mean, Colby, did I hit that on the head or what, man?
yeah. I mean, look, absolutely, it is. In my opinion, it's the best show on TV right now. Um, it's so well acted, well written, just all around. I don't have a single negative with this show, and it gets better every episode.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
If you're not watching it, you're doing yourself a disservice. It's so good. If fantasy is not your thing, I get it. I mean, I'm not,
yeah,
I can't force anyone to watch it, but it is so good. It's so good.
yeah. House of the Dragon, like full marks for me, man. It is exactly what you want it to be every time you turn it on. So,
Yeah.
speaking of other shows, and again, I know Colby isn't. I don't think Colby has it as high on his pedestal as I do. I'm enjoying watching She-Hulk every week. I really do. I look forward to that
I like it.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it like at the same time, but I look
It's
forward to
finally
it.
starting to get its groove,
Yeah,
as the case of the week type thing, which I'm definitely happy about.
but
So,
I think the issue is we're over halfway done. It's only a 9 episode season.
mhm.
It's we're almost through.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be able to watch. We're gonna be able to rewatch. Like you could binge the entire. I do believe you're gonna be able to binge the entire series of She-Hulk in like 4 hours.
Yeah.
It's like when it's all said and done, you're gonna be able to turn that series back on and watch it in like 4 hours. Still really quick, and again, I'm still enjoying it. However, there is one more thing we got to touch on, and that is the Rings of Power. Really quick,
oh, oh,
I haven't I
oh
haven't even wa-
Lord of the Rings.
I haven't even watched the fourth episode,
Really?
and it
Okay.
yeah, and the reason I haven't watched it yet is just like when when there's stuff on that's supposed to be as big as the Rings of Power, and I would just literally rather be doing something else than watching that show. That's where I'm at with it right now. I watched the first episode. The first episode for me was a down. Second episode brought me back up. Third episode, I was just like, what the hell is going on, man? And I am not invested in anything. I am just like, it's just like there's a story over here that I don't care about. There's a story over here. That I don't care about. There's a story over here that's kind of interesting. Wait, no, I don't care about that either. And I'm just like, now I love the way it looks. You could tell where all the budget for the show went, man. It is to make sure stuff
I
looks
don't, man. Like, I can tell it's fake. Like, I'm just like, yep, that's a set. Like, or like that's a, it just, it doesn't have that New Zealand feel to me that the original
yeah.
trilogy did. And again, we've said it before. It's not fair to compare it to Peter Jackson's trilogy, but it's also impossible not to.
Dude, first
Yeah.
you guess. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about Peter Jackson's trilogy. Just a really quick comparison, right? Peter Jackson's trilogy. We open up with that epic war sequence. We open up with a story about a small story about the Ring of Power winding up in possession of Bilbo, and then we get like 15, 20 minutes of hobbits and Gandalf.
Mm-hmm.
There we have where the story is going to follow. We don't see Aragorn until like 30, 40 minutes into the movie.
More than that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like they are literally throwing everything they can at us. Again, it was the third episode. I was more invested in the Elrond in the Dwarven Kingdom story. Not a single scene of Elrond with Durin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's I'm like, okay, well, I don't really care about Gladriel. I'm sorry.
Yeah. My sister said get to the spooky stuff.
I'm sorry, Terry. We gotta
legit, real quick. Look, the only thing I will say about Rings of Power so far, it was a bold choice to make your main protagonist, completely unlikable. And I mean, she goes to this queen's court, and literally the first thing she does is ask to speak to the manager. And I'm just like, so you're right. Durin and Elrond, 100% the best part of this show. Just hands down. Those two have some kind of chemistry that just works. Couldn't care less about anything else. Arondir is actually not horrible. The elf in the Southlands, but
yeah.
Gladriel's the worst. She is the worst.
All right.
Anyway, I don't want to. I don't want to do
now
anymore.
all cut up with our what the hell we've been. All right,
Yeah.
now me and Colby asked me what we should be talking about, and because we're just like of the same minds of some of the more popular stuff that we are watching, I wanted to do a list of Halloween movies that you guys should be watching during the month of October. Get you in that Halloween mood. Colby asked me earlier today, who's just like, hey man, is this like Halloween movies? And I'll give you an example. Spoiler alert, this might be on somebody's list. I brought the example, is Ghostbusters a Halloween movie? No, you can watch Ghostbusters any time of the year, and it's a fantastic movie anytime you watch it. However, if you're looking for something to fill in that gap, like a good family member movie or something to fill in that gap in October, you're hanging out with the kids, or hell, you just like you got 2 hours to kill. Okay, turn on Ghostbusters. It's October, man. Watch that shit. Give it its due. So, but now I believe I also asked Colby, we're going to give each other these little 10 movie lists or whatever. And if one pops up that we haven't seen, we are going to watch it before our next show. Tuesday.
I forgot about that stipulation.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea what's on your list. Like I don't know what to expect. I know. Well, I mean, I can guess, but like our list could be very different. It could be very similar. I'm interested to get started. I do have a few honorable mentions that I want to talk about first.
Yeah. Hit me with it.
Do you have any?
Yeah, I got one big one.
Okay.
And
I was just gonna say I'm gonna do all three of them at once. I'm not gonna like do them individually. I'm just gonna throw them out there. So my three honorable mentions: the Scream, the 1996 I think release. Love that movie. Kind of started the whole 90s teen slasher resurgence. A recent one on Disney Plus, and it's not really a movie. It's a 50-minute special. It's Muppets Haunted Mansion. Look, if you haven't seen this, it's hilarious. It is
Putting it on the list. I gotta check it out.
it is so funny. Like it's so funny, dude. Just go watch it. It's 50 minutes. Will Arnett is in it. It's hilarious, dude. And it's got really catchy songs. I don't know what else to say about it. And then of course, the only reason I didn't have it on my list is just because it's too new. It came out this year, but a classic that I really wanted to get on the list and I just couldn't have room for it is The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown.
Oh,
it's The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. I couldn't put it on the list.
Hang on, I'm amending my list right now.
I just didn't have room for it, but I would be remiss if I didn't include it just because it's so classic. So, Honorable mentions. I had 3 of them. What do you
All
got?
right, in that case, I now have 2 honorable mentions.
Yeah.
But none of it. But
Dude,
you,
I was looking, I had to go look at lists and I was like, how did I not have that? And I had to like move stuff
yeah,
around and it is a
yep.
whole thing.
And I guarantee you, what's going to happen? You're going to say something. I'm going to be like honorable mention.
Yeah.
You're going to say something that's not on my list. I'm
You're
like,
going to
put that on
have a
my
major
honorable.
one that I forgot or vice versa or
All right,
something, you
so
know.
my 2 honorable mentions, and the first one I'm going to go ahead and name, and because of you saying the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, is the Garfield Halloween special. I
It's very
love
good.
that. It's like a 30-minute cartoon, man. Last year I did I was working for Halloween, got home late, and it was so much fun. Everybody's out in a costume. We just had a blast. And then I came home and I was just like, I wasn't ready for Halloween to be over yet. It was like at the stroke of midnight. So going into November 1st, I hit play on the Garfield Halloween special. And it's just like, man, it's like full nostalgia.
Yeah.
I'm a kid again, incredibly happy. Watch Garfield and Odie dress up as pirates on a little spooky story, man. It is incredible. All right, now the other one I'm going to put on here as an honorable mention, because again, I believe this is a franchise that can be celebrated year round. It doesn't have to be Halloween. And that's the Harry Potter franchise.
Oh,
I
I
put
was so close to putting that on mine,
yeah, and I
especially the first one because it has that Halloween, the
dude,
pumpkin scene. Yeah.
and so the Harry Potter franchise again, I was not a huge Harry Potter fan until I went to Universal and I was in the Harry Potter world and it was amazing and I love it. And what Colby just said, if you have to watch one of them, because if you've seen one, you've seen them all and
Yeah.
you dig it. If you have to watch one though during October, it is the first one, man. Go watch the Sorcerer's Stone. Check it out. Again,
It's the one that feels the most spooky to me anyway. When
yeah,
Hagrid is telling the story of Voldemort killing his parents, and like you see the hooded figure, and there's fog, like
yeah.
it feels
There
Halloweeny to me.
and
Where does that
it's
sound?
it's Halloweeny. There's some practical, like you said, that hooded figure, the one that like is clearly on a string and it
Yeah, yeah,
flies into the
yeah,
smoke. It feels like a haunted house. Like it really does. There's scenes in there. And it's just like, and again, you get to experience the magic and the wonder, which is why it's still the first Harry Potter movie is still my favorite because you are introduced to this magical world, and it is just awesome. So again,
yeah. I
but
was
again,
very close. I was very close to putting that on mine too.
yeah, Harry Potter, just as an honorable mention, getting out there. But again, you do not have to. It doesn't have to be October for you to watch Harry Potter and enjoy it.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason it's not on the list, but it's on the list.
All
All
right,
right, Cole.
hit me with your number 10.
All right. So what I did, Cole, I got 2 5 lists. I
Okay.
got like I've got like something you can sit down. I've got the 5 that you'll sit down with your family. You'll make time to watch them, and it's a lot of fun. And you still laugh, you giggle, and you have a great time. And then I have
Yeah.
5 scary
Okay.
slash horror movies
Okay.
that I will
So
watch every October.
so my 4 through 10 are basically interchangeable as far as placing, but
Oh,
1, 2,
see,
and
oh
3,
man,
1, 2,
mine,
and 3 are just etched in stone for me
dude,
personally. So
mine are in no order whatsoever. I
gotcha.
literally
Okay.
like thought of 5 movies, and I was just like, because I'm not gonna put these in order. They're all fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead
Let's
and
go.
throw out the first one on the Fun for Family list, which is it. Actually, I think it came out in 2020 or 2021, and that is Hubie Halloween with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, "Oh my god, it's another Adam Sandler movie." I was thinking Jack and Jill, but at the end of the day, man, it was a great little itty bitty movie, and I loved it. I laughed. I was like, "It's a Adam Sandler Hollywood movie." And when Hollywood does a Halloween movie, man, and it's supposed to be fun, all the decorations are all over the place. All the pop culture references are there, and you're like, "Man, this is a good time." I enjoy.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I turned that bad boy on. So if there was a number 10, it would definitely be that one. Have you seen Hubie Halloween, Colby?
Yes.
Ah,
Not on my list, but certainly enjoyed it. Typical Adam Sandler, stupid, funny movie. You know.
All right. Are we going back and forth? Are we going to do onesies and then you do onesies?
Yeah, that's cool. Right? I mean, we'll just
All right, go
alternate.
ahead. Go ahead,
All
buddy.
right. So, are you ready for it?
Hit me.
Are you? No, I mean, are you ready? Are you ready for it? It is my number. It
Oh!
is my number 10. I believe Andy Muschietti directed this, and came out in 2017. This movie is freaking phenomenal.
Dude.
So good, and just Such
It's
a good
great.
movie. Yeah.
It is a good one.
It, as a kid, watching the Tim Curry version terrified me. This one is way better than that. And as a father of a young child, it's even more terrifying.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Um can't say enough about how good that movie is. Didn't love the sequel as much when they're grown ups
No.
just because it doesn't have the
Yeah.
same emotional impact.
No.
But the first one so good.
Yeah, if y'all haven't watched the movie like I saw that in the theaters, and I remember being so scared and thinking that it was so awesome seeing this on a big screen.
Yeah.
It so awesome. Love the It movie.
And what a um just performance by Skarsgård, dude. I
Yeah.
mean, just haunting.
Yeah, like again, man, you put anything that's as dangerous as a spoiler alert alien being from a different planet or another dimension, and it's
Yeah.
hunting children.
Yeah, it's like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's great. Uh,
Yep.
Gonna jump into it again. I'm gonna stick to my family list first because I think I'm gonna counter out your horror a little bit here.
Okay.
Number 9 on my list, or number 2 on my list in the family genre is Beetlejuice.
Ooh, Beetlejuice. Oh, hold on. We said it twice. Okay.
Oh god,
Cool.
we're so that we gotta if we as long as we interrupt her, as long as we say something
Technically,
in between.
you only said it once. So,
Yes.
you know.
So yeah, man, I can't think there's anybody out there that'll disagree that if you know about Beetlejuice and if you've seen it, you loved it. It's a great time. Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, uh, oh my goodness,
Jeffrey
uh,
Jones
Jeffrey
and
Jones, uh,
Alec
Alec
Baldwin,
Baldwin.
Gina
Yeah,
Davis. I mean, it's packed, man.
it's got a million people in
Kevin's
this,
mom from Home Alone.
and directed by the great Tim Burton.
Yep.
Dude, it's phenomenal. Like guys, and I know everyone who's ever watched Beetlejuice is like, why don't I watch Beetlejuice more often? Guys, make time in October. Make time in October to
Yeah.
sit down, take hour and a half out of your life.
One of the best closing lines to a scene ever. Nice fucking model. So good. That was when movies could cut, family movies could cuss,
Yep.
like, and people were just like, oh, that was a funny scene, yeah, before everyone got so sensitive.
Yeah.
All right, so that was your second one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we have different. It's so funny, like we have totally different numbering systems. So I'm actually
Perfect.
on
Go ahead.
I'm on number 9 of my list. So I'm just gonna throw this up here, and I'm gonna let the image speak for itself.
Ooh, that's good.
Such a cool movie. Johnny Depp is perfect as Ichabod Crane. Christina Ricci actually does a really good job in this. I was quite surprised with how good she is. The guy who plays Dumbledore is in this, Michael Gambon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, dude, this is a star-studded movie, dude.
This is a
Ray Park is
yep.
The actual performer for the Headless Horseman. Very just spooky movie, man.
And if I do not recall the actor's name, however, that is back-to-back movies we just mentioned that have Lydia Dietz's father was also in Sleepy Hollow as the preacher. He was the church guy. I forget his name, but yes, he was the principal.
Yeah, Jeffrey Jones. Jeffrey Jones.
Yeah, he was the principal of Ferris Bueller's Day Off. So look
Yeah.
at that. We're doing the Kevin Bacon game here.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. It's so dark. Like, I mean, just like this town is just dark.
The sun is never
fog
out
everywhere. Yeah,
the sun is never out in Sleepy Hollow ever.
It's been a long time since I've watched it. Casper Van Dien is in this.
The Emperor,
dude.
The Emperor,
yes, yeah, dude.
Emperor
Casper Van Dien goes out like his spoiler alert. His death in this movie is like horrifying, dude. Yeah.
He leaves his head on the floor, literally.
Well, plus,
No,
I mean, the way he like just like slices his guts open and his whole body just like, yeah, it's bad. But yeah, I haven't watched it in so long, and I'm definitely gonna watch it this year.
Is what you should. Like I know, like you say that it's not on my list, but I definitely will turn on Sleepy Hollow. It'll be one of those things. We're at the house waiting for Diane to come home from work. I'll watch Sleepy Hollow before she gets there. All right, going into my list again. Number 3, family friendly. You can turn this on at you can't turn this movie on anytime but October. That's Hocus Pocus. You gotta watch Hocus Pocus during the Halloween season. I'll probably watch it 3 or 4 times because Diane loves it, Brandon loves it, I love it. You know, we'll watch Hocus Pocus 3 or 4 times this
I
October.
love it. Your father loves it.
Everyone fucking loves it. But no, it's what is there to say? You know, what is there to say about
Spoiler alert. We'll talk a little bit about Hocus Pocus in a little bit.
Oh no,
So
you don't say.
yeah.
All
Well,
right.
because there's a sequel coming out at the
Oh
end
yeah,
of this
there is a
month.
sequel.
So
Yeah. But
all
yeah,
right.
so yeah, well, yeah, I'm trying to think of anything in particular that I recall from it being a kid. I just remember I know I had it on VHS. I know it was one of those videotapes that stayed in the VCR for like weeks.
Yeah. Especially this time of year, you just watch it on repeat, you know.
Yeah.
All right. So we had 2 Jeffrey Jones movies in a row. Now I've got 2, technically 3 Christina Ricci movies in a row because I'm cheating. I'm
What?
cheating. I'm including both Addams Family movies in this. I actually think the second
Oh.
one is a better movie than the first one. I love these movies. I can watch these at any time of the year, but they belong in October or around Halloween time.
Yeah.
Good, just family fun, and they're creepy and they're kooky, So yeah. That whoosh. Um, but yeah, I love these movies, dude. They're funny. There's so many people in these movies, and it's crazy. Christopher Lloyd is great as Fester.
hmm
Gomez is Raul Julia, who's a really, really good actor. And I don't think there's any other Morticia than Angelica Houston. It's the casting in these movies are great.
Yeah. Spoiler, not even a spoiler, just a little heads up, a little behind the scenes. Apparently, Angelica Houston was miserable because they have to
Really?
tape her eyes to give them that shape.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah,
like, if you ever notice, like, you go back and watch it again, she never, from like her nose to her forehead, doesn't have any expression on it whatsoever
yeah.
because
Because she
they
can't
have
move.
pulled her face back
Mm,
that much. It's just like
yeah,
they literally stretched out her face that much.
yeah. It's a no for me, dog. I couldn't. I could not be an actor, man. I couldn't do it. I'm certainly prima donna enough to be one, but like I'll be in my trailer, but like I just couldn't do it, dude. Like the long hours they work and all that stuff. I couldn't do
I
it, man.
can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
Now you just proved that you could just by saying that right there. All right. Number 4 on my you can watch this anytime with your family. As I mentioned earlier, is Ghostbusters. You do not need to wait till October to watch Ghostbusters. But again, I think we all owe it a little bit of something, a little bit of attention during the month of October. Take times out of your life, watch Ghostbusters. There, there is nothing me or Colby could say that cannot praise this movie any more than it's already been praised. So
Nope.
I definitely put it on my. I gotta watch it. I have to. I owe it. I owe it the respect. I owe it that much respect to make sure I put it on a list somewhere somehow. It made it not even a great October or Halloween movie. It's just one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that argue that too. It is phenomenal.
What did you think about Afterlife?
I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
Afterlife. There
me
was a
too.
few. There's a few like nostalgia things that I like fell flat for me. One of them was
Jimmy says he knows every line of
I bet you
Ghostbusters.
do, Jimmy. One of the things that fell flat was the mom having the exact same dress as Sigourney Weaver. I was like, I could have
Yeah.
done without that.
Speaking of the
And
mom, do you know that actress is Proxima Midnight from Infinity War? Dude, can you seriously? Like,
holy shit.
yeah. Go watch them again, and then and then look at her, and you're like, that
Then
is
you won't
some
be able to
serious.
unsee it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
no. It's hard to tell. It's like that's some serious makeup CGI because like she looks way different. But
But
yeah,
anyway, but at the same time, it's just I think Afterlife is an amazing movie, and I think it does Ghostbusters a huge respect. Really, really enjoyed it. But again, I think I like the only thing that they threw back to that I was like, was the dress. And I know that's a stupid,
yeah,
stupid nitpick.
sure.
And matter of fact, if anything, it's just a nitpick.
But when that's the worst thing you can say about a
Yeah,
movie, like that speaks to how good it is, you
yeah.
know?
It was a great fucking
So
time. I enjoy the emotional ties to it. You felt the emotion in the original cast saying goodbye without saying goodbye to Harold Ramis. It was awesome. I'm not gonna say perfect, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
So that anyway, Ghostbusters in general, can't say enough good things about it. Cole, what you got?
My number 7 is one we've already talked about. It is Beetlejuice.
What?
This movie is it's just great, dude.
Yeah.
It's well acted. It's hilarious. You root for the villain the whole time, you know, but you also care about the people that he's, terrorizing and stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, they don't make movies like this anymore.
Nope. No, they don't.
It's just he's completely irreverent. Like he just says whatever he wants. And dude, that scene when they first meet him and they ask him for his like credentials and he's like, oh sure, well I studied at Juilliard and then I did like, not to mention that you're talking to a dead guy. Like, dude, so good, man. Michael Keaton is like criminally underrated. Does he have an Oscar? I think he does. I know Birdman won.
He was nominated for Birdman, I think.
Yeah, I know the movie,
but I don't
won.
think he won. No,
God, dude, I need to
give me a check there.
Yeah, he's just. I mean, you could make he's been Batman, and you could make the argument that this is his best role. Like that's how good he is in this.
And he's in it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, of actual screen time. Yeah,
like 10 minutes of screen time.
Yeah,
and it's phenomenal. Yeah. So I've already said my piece on Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I love this movie. It's so funny.
And just have a jump into line.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, that scene is so classic. There's so many classic scenes from this movie. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, we've talked about Beetlejuice. What do you got next?
Colby, do you know what you get if you cross Goonies with Halloween? You get Monster Squad. If you have never watched Monster Squad, this is
you son of a bitch. My number 6 is fucking Monster Squad.
Leave this screen up. No, go back. Leave that screen up for a second. I want everyone look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is everything you need that screams Halloween. You get kids, and you got every Hollywood.
I was sure I was gonna like shock you with this one. You absolute piece of shit. Dude.
You're welcome. You're welcome, sir. Well, let's go ahead and talk about Monster Squad real quick.
Wolfman's got nards.
Dude, Monster Squad, when it comes down to it, it's like a C movie.
Oh yeah.
It's whoo, there's some scenes that are tricky to watch in that one and take it
bogus
seriously. But it is exactly what you want. And again, there's a perfect time to pay it homage, and that is 31 days of October, man.
Yeah, if there's one movie on our list that like this game was like invented for, it's this movie.
Yeah.
Like if you've never seen this movie, it is cheesy 80s camp, and it's got Wolfman and Frankenstein and Alucard, which is obviously Dracula backwards, and they found some revelation by unearthing that. It's horrible. It's horrible. It is a true like monster movie, like guilty pleasure type thing. Like it's not good from an objective standpoint, but it's so just fun to watch, dude. There's so many cool scenes in this movie.
Yeah. And again, it's just like, it's one of those things where you root for these kids and you hope they all come out okay, but it's really, 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 really cool because there are a few scenes that we do have all those movie monsters sharing screen time.
Yeah.
And to me, that it's cool. Seeing
they're like they're like in the middle of this like Back to the Future style like town square, Yeah. Like, and then and you've got Wolfman getting shot or getting blown up with dynamite, and then he reforms because he wasn't killed with a silver bullet type stuff. Yep. Like just really 80s camp, but so good, man.
It's great, man.
So fun to watch.
Anyway, so I think I nailed that too. I thought it was like Goonies meets Halloween.
When you said that, I was like, "Oh God," because that I thought I was about to drop like a bomb with my next one because I have not seen this movie in so long, and I was going through my list of stuff, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about this one." And it's no, I mean, it's one of those like hidden gems. You know, if you know about
Yeah.
it, I've never talked to a single person that has seen this and says it sucks. You know, like if you've seen this movie, you're like, "Oh my God, yes, I love Monster Squad."
No,
So yeah.
I think one of the people I think I begged Diane to watch it with me, and she was like, she might be one of those people that wouldn't be shy from saying that it sucked. But then
Yeah, I
again,
just meant
if
like,
you're watching
yeah.
that, I tell you what, if you're watching it and you're north of 40, and you've never seen it before, I get it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You had to be there. You know, that's all it's like trying to go back and watch G1
and
Transformers
and
now. You can't. It's garbage.
I'm giving everyone a heads up if you go watch it now. That is one of those movies, one of those '90s movies where it was still okay to say the
It was the 80s, wasn't it?
no, I believe it was the '90s, but you
No
were still
way.
allowed to say the bigoted F word as an
Yeah.
insult in
Oh
that
yeah.
movie. It's like,
87.
oh yeah, so you could get, so for those of you who are thinking, oh
It is
wow,
a product of its time.
it is a product of its time, and you know exactly what I'm talking about when that bomb gets dropped. You're like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, you would not
But, you know,
survive the critics today, homie.
yeah. This is another movie that they couldn't make today, or they don't make movies like this anymore, just like Beetlejuice.
That was my number 5 and your number 6. So you should have a number 5 in there. You haven't talked
Well,
about
I
yet.
just went because you went, and then I revealed my Monster Squad, so it's technically your turn.
Okay.
We went, and you went, and then I went.
Oh, perfect. This what's really gonna be fucked up if the rest of this list gets
Well,
lined up here. All right.
yeah.
I'm now going to announce my 5. Well, from here on forward, I'm announcing my 5 horror movies that you have to watch in October. These are the 5 that are like, I'm ready. I've already got them on my to watch list. Then the first one is, and again, I don't think these are not in any particular order. They're all amazing films. None of these have to be watched in October to enjoy them. But the first one is John Carpenter's The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. It is just a great sci-fi thriller horror movie. Amazing effects still to this day that are unmatched. And the story is solid. The acting is solid. Kurt Russell, probably one of his best fucking movies. And what's nuts is you'll go back and watch it today, and everyone's familiar. Everyone in that movie is a familiar face from the '70s.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen John Carpenter's The Thing.
I know all about it. It's not that I like don't want to watch it. It was kind of a little before my time, and I just never watched it. I probably should because I
Well,
know it has a.
guess
I
when
know
you
it has
might have to put this one on the
I
you
know
have
it
to
has
watch list.
a good cast. I
Yeah.
think this is the only one you've mentioned that I haven't watched, haven't seen before. So yeah, I will definitely watch that.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not into the whole like body horror thing usually,
yeah.
but I know that this movie is revolutionary with its effects.
Yes.
So I definitely should.
It,
I owe
like
it to the people to watch it.
you want to talk about the shit that they don't do anymore? Go
Prosthetics and
watch.
stuff,
Oh
and
my
yeah,
god. There's a reason, dude. Like if you get bored, there are so many studies about this movie. It is nuts how
really,
amazing. Oh my god. Like there is hours upon hours of film study on the internet about this movie.
just like
It
about the effects and how they did it and stuff.
woo, the effects.
Interesting.
There's a like I don't want to spoil anything because the movie's 40 years old and you've never seen it.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I know what happens. I mean,
but
I
okay, so there's a thing where people have tried, and there's huge arguments and debates. Like there's a subculture that try to figure out when the alien becomes one of the survivors and
right.
how it gets rid of them.
Yeah,
And there's like, this is when this happens. Nobody else is in this room at this time. The only person that had access
I
to this key
wonder if
was
they
this
left it
person.
up to interpretation
Yeah, it is up to
specifically because of
interpretation.
that. You know,
Yeah, yeah. So John Carpenter never came out and said who was when what. It is completely out there
I like
in the
that.
ether for fan bases to figure this shit out. Anyway, guys, again, 31 Days of October. I'm going to say this after every single one of these movies. Find time to watch John Carpenter's The Thing. If you need some, like, I'm out of the Halloween spirit, watch that movie. You'll be like, woo! You'll be creeped out. You'll be scared. And, like, you'll want to create after you see what they created on screen. Like, it's amazing.
Damn,
It
dude,
is
I mean,
amazing.
you're like really behind this one. I'm gonna have to check it out. So,
Oh, I know.
okay, so we talked about, or I talked about how Monster Squad is kind of a guilty pleasure movie for me.
Mhm.
This next one is as well, and it is not a Halloween movie. I could watch this any time of the year, but there is there's a mystery type, thing surrounding this movie that lends itself well to Halloween,
Yeah.
and it is Clue. Um,
Ooh,
this
very.
movie,
Oh my god.
this movie's so funny, so well acted. The the cast in this movie is incredible. Tim Curry, Christopher Lloyd, Michael McKean, Madeline
Madeline
Kahn. I
Kahn.
mean,
Yep.
you just like don't stop with the 80s talent in this movie. Um, it's it's so funny, dude. It's so well written. This movie was interesting because in the theater they actually have three different versions
Yep.
of this movie. So you never knew which one you were going to get. There's three different endings. In the home video release, they actually include all three endings in the movie as one like coherent narrative.
Mm-hmm.
But I love this movie, dude. It's so
Clue
good.
is great. Clue is amazing. Good call, my dude. And I've definitely seen Clue within the last few months because I just did a board game trivia.
Yeah.
And it was just like, and I had that itch I needed to scratch. It's like, fuck it, I'll turn on Clue.
Yeah.
So
The
Clue's
music
a
is
great
so
one.
good. The
Yep.
opening dun 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 dun. It's so good, man. Yeah, love that movie.
There was it's on me. I was like, what's next? I was like, keep talking about Clue. But no, I'll go on.
I mean, I can. The the I just love like I love playing that game. I've always loved it. There's very many. Sorry, there's a lot of different iterations of that game too.
Yeah.
The Disney Villains Clue is really fun to play. I think we've maybe played that. I can't remember. It's really
No, we have
cool.
not. I haven't played
And
Clue in years. So
gotcha. Yeah, it's fun. It's cool. The movie lends itself perfectly to the game without literally winking at the camera and be like, "Hey, kids, buy the board game." Right? It just completely like pays homage to it while also being its own thing. It's such a good movie.
yeah. All right. My next movie on my list. This is a movie that people will swear they will never watch by themselves. They will probably never watch the movie ever again.
Oh
This
Jesus.
this is probably one of the grand poobahs of all horror movies. I'm talking about The Exorcist.
Yeah. As soon as you said that, I was like, it's either The Ring or The Exorcist.
Yeah, there are a legion of people. Diane's one of them. She's like, I won't be in the room
All right.
if that
So
movie is
just
on the TV.
I'm full disclosure. I've never seen this. I'm not watching it. just just get over that. Get over it. Not watching this one.
We're closing the show early, folks. We're done. We're not
Yeah.
even going to talk about it anymore. I've only seen this movie one time from start to finish, and it is a hard to get through movie.
Yeah.
Again, they're like, I feel like the last two movies I just named are probably like two of the biggest, probably highest rated movies of all time, and they're both horror movies. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like like if you were, I'm serious, if you were stumped and you're not in the mood for everyone else around you being excited about Halloween, go watch The Exorcist. And then you'll be like, even if you didn't like the movie, like, you fuckers are crazy.
Yeah.
But I'm with you.
Yeah. Right.
It is a great, great movie. I'm not going to say it's a fun time.
It's
It's definitely not a fun movie.
sounds like it's a lot like Joker. Like it's very hard to watch,
Yeah,
and you have to take yourself to that place.
and
But
that's
it's
another
something that
movie.
everybody needs to do once, you know?
Yeah, that's another movie because at the time it was made, and there's a lot of taboo stuff that surrounded the production.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of them like when you
Well,
know
just I
everything.
mean, just the subject matter
Yeah.
of how old the girl is
Yep.
and what is going on. Yeah.
It's rough. it's a rough watch, man. But goddamn, if that movie will make you be like, you know what, I'm going to come back and watch the rest of this later, and then you don't pick it up for like 4 fucking years.
Yeah. Yeah, I shan't be watching this one. Sorry.
But I'm sorry.
I like sleeping at night.
Right now, dude, I would be happy. I tell you what, you want to know what would happen if I wake up in the morning or I'm at work at some
I'm gonna
time.
have a hard enough time with the thing. So.
Exactly. You send me a message like, you'll send me a message like, so the thing. Wow, I think that's gonna be your response.
Maybe you come over and we'll check it out. You know,
we'll hold hands. We'll be fine.
Yeah,
We'll bring a big blanket. Big blanket.
I mean, I didn't say it. All right, so yeah, The Exorcist. What a classic. I mean, I like honestly, like I mean, ... Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Tubular Bells. I guess.
Yeah,
It's a great theme song.
So speaking of classics, we've already talked about this. So it's Ghostbusters. Look, this movie is again. I had a theme tonight on accident. Like I didn't mean for this to happen, but these are movies that they just don't make anymore, right?
Yep.
Like as good as Afterlife is, it's missing that the flowers are still standing.
Oh my god.
Thing. You know what I mean? Like
what
when Rick Moranis is telling people these intimate financial details about his guests, you know, Tom and Annette, let me take your coats. Hey, Tom got a deferred mortgage, and even though you do your own taxes, which you shouldn't do, like, dude, so good, dude. Like, I mean, they don't
inviting clients instead of friends.
Yeah. He goes, he talks about how they bought the house, and he's like, so they're okay. Like and it's, you know, there's just so many one-liners in this movie. Jimmy says amen. Yeah, I mean, dude. Like it's, dude, when they're you know going through the fire station the first time, and Dan Aykroyd says, does this pole still work? What the hell does that even mean? Like,
I want to get my stuff. We should stay here tonight, you know, to check it out.
Yeah.
I want to get my stuff.
Yeah. It's, dude. Type something, will you? We're paying you for this. Like it's just it's so good. I actually met Ernie Hudson at Pensacon one time, and the nicest guy you'll ever meet. And he asked me what I wanted him to sign the picture, and I was like, if there's a steady paycheck in it, I'll believe anything you say. And he kind of like winked at me and was like, oh, that's a good one. So he, you know.
I do shit that'll turn you white.
Yeah. Yes, it's true. This man has no dick. You know, dude, it's just like this movie just doesn't stop with the one-liners, man.
But the kids love us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll take it. You know, like it's and then Egon uses his little like calculator watch. You know, the insurance alone in the first year comes to $94,000 or whatever it is, and it's just so good, man. They just don't make movies like this anymore. And yeah, it's not a Halloween movie, but if ghosts, you know, and you know, full free roaming vapors don't get you in the mood for Halloween, then I don't know what to tell you, you know? So $5,000, I won't pay it. I had no idea it would be so much. Well, we can just put it right back. Can't we? Yes, we can, Dr. Venkman. This is like these guys play off one another so well in this movie. You know, just
yeah.
I have to imagine that half of this movie is ad lib. I mean, there's such a good collection of comedic talent in this film.
What did you do, Ray?
I looked at the trap, Ray. You know.
Anyway, we're gonna get stuck.
Look, and then this is not on my list, but I'm telling you, Ghostbusters 2 is not a horrible movie. Like it's actually it's a worthy sequel.
The problem with Ghostbusters 2 is that it's not Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's like you
Plus,
can't paint.
They make it
Picasso can't paint the Mona Lisa and then Mona Lisa with a hat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
then it insists upon itself a little bit because they have the like I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost song inside the movie.
Yeah.
Like they play it at a party. It's like, that's a little on the nose, you know, but still a worthy sequel.
Yeah, Ghostbusters 2, like, again, I can watch Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
If Colby invited me over and said, "Hey, man, we're gonna watch Ghostbusters 2," but yeah, sure.
Yeah. Like
Let's knock that shit out.
on Big Bang Theory, one time they find a a script and he goes, "Oh, look, it's the original Ghostbusters script, even complete with slime stains." Oh, it's Ghostbusters 2. Never mind. And he like throws it around, and I'm like, man, that's not cool. You know? Um, yeah. So I guess that's 3 left, right? You got 3 left? Each of you?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Hit me with your number 3.
My number 3, again, guys, and again, I'm gonna stick on my. These are all classics in my opinion. Like, and there's only one on the list of these 3 that you have to watch in October, but I'm gonna give you one that you can watch anytime. And again, is the original Alien.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I didn't even think of those.
Alien.
That's a true horror movie, dude.
Yeah, Alien will scare. Aliens is I watch Aliens 6 times a fucking year. I love
Yeah,
Aliens.
that's your
But
classic
Alien,
80s action movie.
woo, Alien though, man, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because that's like,
They're
if you know
very
what's
different
happening.
movies. Yeah.
Oh my god, Alien is fucking terrifying. And what's crazy, still to this day, if you watch, like, if you're playing a video game made in 2022 that is the Alien verse, they still use the 1970s pseudo futuristic tech. Like the keyboards are like, there's no like.
Alien Isolation, it looks the aesthetic looks like the old like green screen,
Yep,
computers and stuff.
because
Yes,
that's what they thought it was gonna be.
that game will wreck you.
Yep. So I can't. Ooh, dude, like I can't say enough good things about Alien. So of course we have one of the most iconic heroines ever put on screen, Sigourney Weaver as Eleanor Ripley.
Yeah.
Uh, and shit again, man. This isn't about a anyone being strong enough to fight this thing. It is literally about survival.
Survival, yeah.
And
Jimmy said it's the first movie he ever watched in surround sound. I bet that was yeah, dude.
Were you
My
alone,
condolences.
Jimmy, were you alone?
Yeah, I certainly
You
hope
need a
not.
hug.
Yeah. Are you okay? Yeah.
But no, man. So again, and
I imagine it's kind of like The Thing, where it kind of like picks them off one by one,
yeah,
and it's very similar.
It's very
Again, I haven't seen it, so I
comparable,
don't know. But like the original Alien, so good, and another movie they don't make
and yep, they don't make
anymore.
another movie where, again, practical effects. Another movie where you
Yeah,
show it like the villain of the movie has got 5 minutes of airtime.
right. Yeah,
It's like you don't see it, and when you do, it is fucking terrifying. And what's nuts is that you can go right now.
he said it scared him to death. My dad laughed at me.
But no,
That's
man.
funny.
So anyway, I'm sitting here like, man, guys, it's for all you get. Like, man, I'm totally going off the rails right here. I just watched a recent video about why we don't like the MCU anymore, and it's because it's about making these big $200 million movies and doing as big and flashy as it can. When you just got to give us every so often a Captain America Winter Soldier. Just
Right.
give us a
Yeah.
thriller.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be world ending. Just give us a fight. Give us a tale of like a guy becoming a hero. Anyway, and I think that anyway, going back to Alien, that is what we need
Hmm.
today. We don't need a 10, we don't need every movie to be $1 billion. I know Hollywood wants it that way. But give us these movies that fail in the box office. But then we
Yeah.
grow to love them. It's
Yeah.
just like, dude.
Well, look at
So
Prey. They didn't even believe in it to release it in the box office, and
yeah,
then they released it on streaming, and it's about survival. It's a very similar trope, you
because
know.
it's real. We can. Oh my god, what's the word I'm looking for? Relate. We can
Yeah,
relate
we
to
can identify
surviving.
with it. Yeah,
We can identify with survival. We cannot identify with having superhuman strength and being able to fly through the cosmos.
yeah. Jimmy nailed it. We just
Can't.
need a story. We don't need
Yeah,
flashy effects and all that stuff. Like, the reason why Terminator 2 is so good is not because the T-1000 looks great. It's because he's terrifying, and we can put ourselves in John Connor's shoes and we'd be like, dude, I'd be shitting myself right
Yep.
now. You know?
Yep. And we
All
also
right.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we can go on forever.
We can
All
Alien,
right.
watch
So
it.
yeah. So all right. My number I kind of touched on it earlier. 4 through 10 for me was just kind of any random order. You can mix these however you want. I do have 1, 2, and 3 sort of, set in stone with the order here.
Mhm.
Um, this movie's great. We've talked about Tim Burton before, and this is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now you're gonna tell me it's a Christmas movie. Okay, sure, you can make that argument, but we've already said they don't have to be Halloween movies. But the
Nope.
name of the town is literally Halloween Town, so suck it. This movie is revolutionary. Uh, Dude, the amount of work they had to do to make this movie. I've seen, little featurettes of how they took these little maquettes, is what they were called, these little creatures, and made them move, take a picture, make a move, take a picture. Painstaking, like very meticulous. And the movie is also great anyway. Like even
Yeah.
if you just ignore the fact that it's was a pain in the ass to make, it has a great story, awesome music,
I was about to
and
say, is there a better soundtrack for Halloween?
yeah, I mean,
There is no better soundtrack.
well, I can think of one, but
Okay.
we'll touch on that later. This movie's great, dude. It's what more?
It's great.
What more can I say?
You're right. And honestly, that I didn't put that on the list because it was too obvious.
Yeah, and that's fine. I just felt again. I felt like it's one of those things that if you're making a list of Christmas movies, you have a Christmas Story and you have Christmas Vacation on it, like you just do, So yeah.
I can't wait for that list. I can already tell you the Home Alone's gonna be on there for me, man.
Oh sure. Yeah, we can do a Christmas movie list for sure.
Hell yeah. So yeah, I can't. I went to see Nightmare Before Christmas in the theater. Loved it.
I saw it in 3D in the theater when they re-released it like a few years ago. Awesome, dude. Very cool.
Loved it then. Love it now.
Yeah.
And I will watch. I will definitely. Dude, there are a few movies on this list that I'm literally waiting. It's like I can't watch it. We're almost there. We got like a week and a half left of September.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait. So I can say I did. So I can say I paid it homage. All right. I've got 2 more to go, Cole. And again, this one, I tell you what, again, like the Exorcist, scary. This next one I'm about to say, terrifying. And our boy Steven Spielberg has something to do with it, ladies and gentlemen. It is Poltergeist. If you dude, you watch Carol Ann and the clown scene and the tree and the pool full of dead bodies.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, like,
damn, I didn't even think of this one.
Poltergeist will scare the shit out of you.
I'm doing more, slightly family friendly stuff, and you're all over here like, go watch The Exorcist and Poltergeist.
You led with it. Fuck you, Colby. You led with it.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's true. I did. Yeah.
So now again, none of my lists are in any order. Like I said, I did my 5 family friendly first, and then I'm doing my
that's right. You split yours up. Yeah.
My scariest shit movies coming here at the end.
Yeah.
Poltergeist, guys. Again, it is it's an amazing story. It is something that'll be like, wait, wasn't that supposed to be a thing? And then it's like Jesus Christ, the clown scene, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop.
Everyone knows it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And it still scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It like any movie scene that is 40 years old, and again, you can literally write down it frame by frame exactly what happens. You can read it. It's like, all right, I know what's coming. And you look up on the screen and you're like, how am I still peeing my pants?
Yeah.
How about you see Poltergeist, Colb?
Yeah. Pretty good sequel too.
Yeah. Poltergeist 2 was pretty good.
They're back, that whole thing. Because most people attribute that to the original.
Yeah.
That's in the sequel.
Yeah.
They're back. Yeah. So yeah, let's
here.
Not, yeah, we can just move on. We can stop talking about Poltergeist.
Oh, Colby, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't like the truly gore doesn't bother me. It's the demonic stuff that I tend to stay away from.
The spinning heads,
your Evil Deads. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I don't know if you have that on your list. You only have one left. But I have a suspicion of what your number 1 is. So Yeah, I mean, Poltergeist is great, dude. That was a worthy inclusion. Um, so my number two of well, just spoiler alert, two remaining movies are Halloween movies and or movies about Halloween. So my number two Halloween movie is Halloween, and
What?
um, dude, I don't ever remember like I can't name a better crafted horror movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just Friday the 13th is very good. This movie just wrecked me as a kid. My sister and her friends made me watch it with them, and I just remember loving this movie and also just being terrified at the same time. And you said earlier that The Nightmare Before Christmas has the best Halloween soundtrack, and I think overall you could make that argument. You're probably right, but the best theme, one of the best themes in the history of Hollywood,
Yeah,
is the Halloween theme.
yep. You want to who composed that soundtrack?
Yes,
John Carpenter.
John Carpenter. Yeah, so good, man. Everything he does is great. Big Trouble in Little China is a perfect like chef's kiss hidden gem of his.
And I'm not
I
saying
know
I think he had to fight to get his name on John Carpenter's Halloween.
probably.
Yeah, he had to do the
Yeah.
thing.
This movie's so good. The pacing is like deliberately the way it is.
Yep.
It's set up perfectly. Michael is this constant presence, and you're just waiting
He
the
is
whole time.
He is literally the stuff that nightmares are made of, man.
He is the boogeyman. Like they call him that,
Dude.
Yeah.
And there is still like you say the name Michael Myers, like you could be talking about Wayne's World and you say Mike Myers. I'm like, the guy with the knife.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Everyone knows who this is. I mean, there is a freaking tight end for Notre Dame called Michael Mayer. And every time he catches a ball, they play the theme. And it's like, that's how iconic this shit is. Awesome. This movie came out in 1978, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the framing, like the cinematography in this movie is so like the camera never moves. Like it just and it's just and when it does move, it's like you're him ducking him in the head in the hedge and stuff. Like it's just this is how horror movies should be, right? Again, they don't make movies like this anymore. So I love this movie. Jamie Lee Curtis is awesome in it. I don't know what else I can say.
I got something I could say. Halloween is number one on my list.
Yeah.
Halloween made it all the way to the top, and I was just like, I gotta put it on here. There's absolutely no reason you could go in 31 days without watching Halloween, man. There is no way. Yeah, and again, man, if you are, like I said, if you're squeamish, host a watch party. Do something.
Yeah.
Like, dude, even if it's on in the background, you'll have 2 or 3 people that sit down and watch it. Go get go get a beer during the scary parts, come back, And
this movie is so iconic that it's actually in one of the other movies that I mentioned earlier. This movie is actually in Scream.
Yeah.
So like, it's so good, man. So good. I kind of thought that was your number one because you hadn't mentioned it yet. And I was very close to having it number one. You can't make like
you can't.
There's no wrong answer.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, if we made a list of top 30 and you put Halloween at number 30 for Halloween movies, I'd be like,
whoa, yeah, right.
But like, if you put it in your top 5, I'm not gonna fucking watch that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's my entire list.
Yep, and I have one more. And it is Hocus Pocus.
Hey,
and it's just you talked about it earlier. I don't remember what movie we were talking about, but you mentioned that like these aren't necessarily box office hits. Most of them are box office failures, and they become these cult classics. And I mean, Disney's a big part of my life. I mean, I'm a Disney Vacation Club member. I was just there, a week ago. We watched this movie in July. Like we just like, hey, it's close enough to Halloween. Let's watch it. I think we've watched it twice since July. Like we watched it last week. It's just like it's one of those like if you know things, with this movie.
And again, I think this is like it. It almost goes without saying.
Yeah.
Halloween time, Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why I put it on my family-friendly one. And there's nothing wrong with the list at all. Like Colby went and it's like top 10. I went with 5 family-friendly and then 5 horror movies. Dude, Hocus Pocus is great. It is, again, it's one of those movies where I want to watch it right now, but I want to say I watched it in October, and it doesn't really matter. I'm not spoiling anything. Hell, man, it's a great movie. About a cult classic. What makes these kind of movies a cult classic is guys that were our age sitting in the theater watching that and be like, if I had kids, I'd bring them here and watch this.
Yeah.
And then our parents or the guys at the time, the 30, the 40-year-olds at the time were like, this ain't Terminator. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were doing. It's like, this ain't aliens. We're not going to spend our money in this. So, but yeah, Hocus Pocus is great. It's phenomenal. The Sanderson sisters, like I asked that trivia I asked this trivia question every Halloween, which is name the 3 Sanderson sisters.
Oh,
What are their names? And dude, fucking 5 out of 6 teams get it.
Yeah.
And that is crazy. It's like, what are the Sanderson sisters' first names?
Yeah, I'm a little like leery of the sequel just because of everything that comes out nowadays.
Yeah.
You just never know. You just never know what kind of well, let me just say that not every movie is Top Gun Maverick,
That's very true.
So I'm a little worried about it, but I'm intrigued. I definitely want to see it. So, yeah, I mean, I had fun with this one, dude. I like doing these lists just because, when we talk about current stuff, a lot of times people tell me they're like, hey, I can't watch because I'm not caught up on Rings of Power or House of Dragon or whatever. So when we do these lists, I mean, most of this stuff has been out for decades, so I don't feel bad about talking about spoilers and stuff.
Okay, really quick, Cold.
Yep.
Is there a movie on my list that you will watch before next Tuesday?
Oh, The Thing, for sure. Yeah.
I don't think there's one.
I'm gonna have to find time, but like, yeah, I definitely want to do it. I've always wanted to watch that movie. It was one of those ones that is like, again, it was kind of before my time, and I know it's weird saying that because I have Halloween on this list, but it just never, it was never a movie that found itself. I never like found myself watching it, So yeah, I definitely want to check it out.
I don't think there's a movie on your list that I haven't watched.
I was gonna say that The Thing was the only one that I haven't seen other than The Exorcist, and I'm not watching that one. So
if you haven't watched The Exorcist, I'm not gonna make you go watch that one.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think of some kind of compromise, something I could get to watch. Actually,
go ahead.
I have more honorable mentions as we've been sitting here talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
That we were sitting here like
Harry Potter. I was so close, man. I was so close to doing that,
dude. Okay, so
Goonies, even like I could totally watch Goonies right now.
Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yep.
Interview with a Vampire.
Ooh, that's good. I love that movie.
Oh God. I don't want to. None of the. I was thinking Underworld. I was like, no, none of the Underworld stuff.
Yeah. Blade is good at Halloween.
What, Blade?
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, if you guys want a TV series to watch, more family friendly, I would lean at Stranger Things. There's absolutely nothing wrong with watching Stranger Things during October.
Yeah, I was. Sorry. Go ahead.
And then my last one I would mention is American Horror Story.
Oh yeah.
If you had to pick one season to sit down and watch, me personally, I would go with Hotel. That was my favorite. Hotel.
That one is rough, dude.
But at the same time, Hotel was my favorite one. Has Lady Gaga in there for all you Lady Gaga fanatics.
Which one did I really? Oh, I liked the like '80s like camp sleepaway camp one. The summer camp one.
Oh, the one where it's
Yeah,
like there was one series. I think it was Apocalypse. Didn't like it. I haven't gone back to American Horror Story.
that one was okay. I
Yeah.
liked the Coven, the witches one,
Yep,
but that was
Coven was
cool.
great.
Asylum was good. The first one was good. I
What
really
about the
liked the
Freak
80.
Show one?
That was good. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
all right.
Freak
I
Show's good too.
really liked the really liked the summer camp one.
Yeah.
Did you not see that one?
Is that the one where again it's the it's like take place over one night? The
No,
entire se-
no, it's actually split. There's like two kind of stories. Like it's at a summer camp, and then there's some time changes and stuff. You should check that one out if you haven't
I know there's
yet.
one where like a guy escapes a mental hospital and he starts killing all the guys at the camp, and the doctor
That's part of
helped him
it.
escape. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's part of it. Yeah.
And then what was the one where it was like the reality TV show shot in a haunted house?
Oh yeah,
Roatoa?
actually, the Roanoke Nightmare. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
one
was
was
really
really
good.
good. That one's
Yeah.
really good.
Anyway, see, we're sitting here talking about
Yeah,
a whole bunch.
yeah,
In the first
but
season, was really crazy. It
yeah,
was
another
or,
another series that just works perfectly with Halloween is Simpsons Treehouse of Horror.
oh
I
my
mean, dude,
god,
those are so good. Those are some of the best Simpsons episodes. Like on Disney Plus, like they have a Treehouse of Horror section. Like you just
yes,
watch those back to back.
it's
So
great.
good. I mean, Stranger Things,
Oh my
obviously.
god.
You touched on
Dude,
that earlier.
you
Yeah.
know what? I remember that last year. I made it a point. I sat there, bowl of cereal in my lap,
Yeah.
watching Treehouse of Horror,
Yeah.
having a blast. Oh
Some
my
of those
god!
classic ones were just great, dude. It's a two-party system. You have to vote for one of us. you know,
I'm
throw
gonna
your
use my
vote
vote.
away.
It's like I want to vote for an independent. Go ahead, throw your vote away.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos. yeah. You intergalactic hussy.
Was he better than me?
What are you implying? Yeah, I mean, so good, man. I'm trying to think of other with TV series. There's a lot of. Did you ever watch Modern Family?
A little bit.
Their
Admittedly.
Halloween episodes are legit, dude. They're
Yeah.
really, really good. But I mean, Treehouse of Horror is probably the best one that I can think of that has like dedicated Halloween episodes.
Oh, okay. Very cool. I
Definitely
think
check those out.
I can't think. I mean, I can't think of anything else that I've seen in recent memory that like I'm really amped to see. I know I'm gonna
Yeah,
be looking for stuff at other movies in October to check out and watch. Of course, guys, we don't neither of us mentioned Hellraiser or Freddy Krueger or Friday the 13th,
yeah,
and all those are amazing. We're not saying that they're not, but if you're asking me like 10 movies that I had to get off my chest and let everybody know that if you haven't watched them yet, get out there and check them out. And again, you want to do? I'm gonna just go do a really quick rundown of my my list, and
yep.
then Colby's gonna run down his list again, really quick. My 5 family friendly movies were close that screen was Hubie Halloween, Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus, Ghostbusters, and Monster Squad. And then if you want a little bit more on the serious horror side, go check out John Carpenter's The Thing, The Exorcist, Alien, Poltergeist, and John Carpenter's Halloween. That is those are my 10. I think you guys are I'll send you on your way. There you go. There's my
I'm
gift
gonna
to you.
I'm gonna add another honorable mention. Remember Casper
Nope.
from with Christina Ricci?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's like in half of my movies. My honorable mentions were hold on, let me pull them up because I forgot. Scream, love that movie.
Yep.
It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I mean, classic, dude. And Muppets Haunted Mansion. Now that just came out like
Yeah.
several months ago, but dude, it's so funny. It's so funny.
I mean,
Cameron is constantly like quoting it. I mean,
awesome.
yeah, it's great.
The again, my honorable mentions. The first one that you reminded me of when you said the Great Pumpkin is Garfield's Halloween special.
Yeah,
Dude, go watch it. It again, man. It's 30 minutes and it's so much fun. It reminds you of what 80s and 90s cartoons used to be.
hmm
And then I think me and Colby we could talk at links about the Harry Potter franchise.
yeah,
Uh, and if you have to pick one movie, in my personal opinion, to watch one of them during October, watch the first one, man. It's the most
100%.
fun for me. It's the one that you get introduced to all the new stuff or the magic. You get introduced to the magic of
Yeah,
Harry Potter, and it feels like Halloween. They actually have a scene during Halloween, and it's really
Those
really
pumpkins are practical. No, that's not right. Sorry. The candles are practical. They actually have
yeah.
them hanging on strings and stuff. It's very cool. My list is hold on. Hey Jeremy, what's going on, man? We
What's up,
actually are
Jeremy?
wrapping up. We were just going over our list, so let me go down the list on mine. My number 10 was It. Absolutely loved that movie. So creepy and well acted. Awesome movie. Um, and number 9, I had Sleepy Hollow. Love that movie. I haven't watched it in a long time. I'm actually gonna probably watch it this year. Number 8, I cheated a little bit because I had Adam's Family 1 and 2, but those are basically one movie, I think, you know. Number 7, Beetlejuice. I know you had that one on your list. We've probably said it too many times now.
Oh, he's coming. He's
Num-
coming.
you absolutely pissed me off with Monster Squad because that was my ace in the hole. Dude, I was gonna be like, remember a little ditty in 1987 called Monster Squad, and you've been like, no, I've never seen it, and I knew you had, but I didn't. I thought you were gonna forget about it, and it was hilarious that we had it at the same time, like we had it
Wow.
at the same level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go watch that movie, guys. If you haven't seen Monster Squad, it's horrible, but it's also great. You know. Anyway, my next one is Clue. God,
Yeah.
I just of all the movies on this list, the one that I just like, just right here is Clue.
Yeah.
Like never, I'm never letting go of that movie.
This is mine.
Yeah, yeah. And then I had Ghostbusters. Just dude, what else can we say about it?
Nothing.
Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween, and Hocus Pocus. I wanted to have Halloween number 1, but it was just like too on the nose. And I don't mean to
Yeah.
say that Jonathan made a mistake by having it number 1 because I knew that if I didn't, he would. So it was good, like so I'm glad that I made that choice. I had Hocus Pocus number 1. It's just a perfect family movie for Halloween.
Dude, you as soon as September rolls around, you see pictures of the
Yeah.
Sanderson sisters.
I smell children. That meme
You know,
comes out.
technically, like I love the memes. I love the memes all through summer, June, July, and it's the 200. It's like however many days until October, and it's Mike Myers dancing in the street. I love them. I love those memes
Yeah.
and those videos that everyone puts out. Anyway, Colby, this has been a blast, man. I love
Yeah,
talking
dude,
about
this has
old
been a good
movies
one.
with you.
Yeah. Next week, I guess I'm gonna try to watch the John Carpenter's The Thing. You should try to come over. We'll
Yeah,
figure out a time to watch it.
dude. Oh hell yeah,
Um,
dude. Set up a time
yeah,
between now and next Tuesday. I'll come over.
yeah. Jeremy said Sleepy Hollow is a great Halloween watch. All classics pick from what I'm hearing. Yeah, absolutely. That's a great movie. Johnny Depp, man, dude, he owns every role he's in. So yeah, I'm gonna try to watch The Thing before the next stream. I'm not sure what we'll talk about. House of the Dragon is changing. They're
Yeah,
fast forwarding 10 years, so we will probably have to talk about that just because it is so good.
yeah.
Um, Rings of Power, I feel like it's I am enjoying it, but it is not good. Like
I mean,
I don't mean
like I said,
it's
you.
it's
I
it's it's you know
I said at the beginning, man. I haven't seen the 4th episode.
yeah. So we may or may not talk about it. But other than that, we're just kind of enjoying what is out there right now. She-Hulk's still really, really funny. I'm
Dude, it's
digging that.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Dude, it's again, man. I'm not looking at it as an MCU like this is the state of the MCU. I'm looking at it like it's just a TV show.
Yeah.
If you watch it,
It's not, not everything has to be Infinity War or Civil War. Like sometimes you just need your Ant-Man movies,
yeah,
That's what this is. It's an Ant-Man movie. Fine. Um, Other than that, college football is just great so far. We've already had tons of upsets.
ugh,
And Jonathan can't wait to rub that in my, face when the playoff expands and the first round has nothing but upsets. So
dude, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm here for it, man. We'll see how it goes. Jonathan, you got anything before we end it?
Uh, Again, this has been a blast. Like what Colby said about college, I'm getting my ass kicked. All I do with a friend of mine is pick who's going to win or lose every week in just NFL football. I am getting my ass kicked. This
Yeah.
this season is nuts.
For
If you
NFL,
get
you mean?
for NFL,
Yeah.
NFL, it's being turned on its head. I mean, you have two teams that are like doing what they're supposed to do. Nobody else is doing that.
Yeah. Buffalo is doing its thing, and
Buffalo and Kansas City.
Yep.
Buffalo and Kansas City are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody else is like, what the hell?
Yeah.
is
Even
going-"
when
the Buccaneers,
Tampa Bay
the
was
Buccaneers are doing
yeah, I was gonna say Tampa Bay is doing all right, but yeah, you know, that's why they play the games. You know.
That's why it isn't. That's why the trophy isn't handed out at the beginning of the season.
Yeah. All right, guys, we had a blast with this one. Let us know in the comments if you guys, you know, if we could be totally off with your list. You know, throw your list up there, or let us know some ones that we may have forgotten. I'm sure there's tons of movies that we just didn't even think of.
Yeah,
and
I mean, your list, somebody's list out there might just be Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, seriously.
So for October.
All right, guys. Look out for some more videos soon. And thanks for hanging out with us. And as always, fan out. See you guys.